Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story of international drama, intellectual showdowns that never happened, and a whole lot of finger-pointing. The stage was set at the prestigious Oxford Union for a fiery debate. This house believes that India's response to Pakistan is a populist strategy sold as security policy. Sounds intense, right? Well, the real fireworks happened off stage. The debate, scheduled for November 27th, collapsed just hours before it was meant to begin, sparking a war of words between the Indian and Pakistani sides. Let's break down what happened. The Indian speaker, prominent lawyer Sai Deepak, took to social media with a detailed account, calling the whole affair an organizational failure and a deliberate Pakistani gambit. He claims the Pakistani delegation, which included high-profile figures like Hina Rabbani Khar, essentially chickened out. According to Deepak, the trouble started early. He pointed out that key positions at the Oxford Union were held by Pakistani nationals, including the president and treasurer. Then, just 2 days before the debate, the original high-profile Indian speakers, including a former army chief, had to pull out due to prior commitments. This left the Indian side scrambling for replacements. Deepak stepped up, ready to argue India's case. He even managed to find 2 other speakers from within the UK, Manu Kajuria and Pundit Satish K. Sharma, on very short notice. They were all set to go. But then, on the day of the debate, things got really strange. At around 3 p.m., Deepak says he received a call informing him that the Pakistani delegation had uneven landed in London yet. Naturally, the Indian team decided it was pointless to travel to Oxford. But wait, the plot thickens. Deepak later claims he received confirmation that the Pakistani speakers had, in fact, landed and were already checked into a hotel in Oxford. This led him to issue a blistering statement, accusing the Pakistani side of deserting the battlefield even before the battle begins. He suggested they simply didn't have the courage to face a live, unscripted debate. He didn't spare the Oxford Union either, criticizing its leadership for allowing the institution to be, in his words, dragged in muck. Indian lawmaker Priyanka Chaturvedi also weighed in, tweeting, "Pakistan is crying again over an Oxford Union debate. This is for the record. Once again, they have proved to be liars." Now, let's look at the other side of the story. The Pakistan High Commission in London released a completely different version of events. Their statement expressed regret that the Indian delegation had withdrawn at the last minute. They framed it as the Indian side being unwilling to defend its policies in a neutral and intellectually rigorous debate, effectively handing a walkover to the Pakistani team. So, who do you believe? Was it a last-minute withdrawal by India, showing a lack of confidence? Or was it a calculated move by the Pakistani side to avoid a tough public debate, as Sai Deepak alleges? We have 2 completely contradictory narratives from 2 official sources. One side says the other fled the field. The other says their opponents never even showed up. What was supposed to be a high-level intellectual exchange at one of the world's most famous debating societies has descended into a public spat. It's a fascinating and, frankly, pretty farcical end to what could have been a very important conversation. It seems the real debate is now happening on social media, not in the halls of Oxford. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you think is telling the truth? Let me know in the comments below. It's a messy situation, and it raises a lot of questions about the organization of such events and the political games that can be played behind the scenes. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, do you forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories making headlines around the world. See you next time.